Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and also welcome back to our Animal Crossing Let's Play here on Kalon, which is supposed to be a romantic coastal retreat, which I think it kind of already looks like, just not in this frame, because today we are going to be working on exactly what you're seeing here, which I guess could be interpreted as a rock garden, but it's going to be more like cliff shaping, which I hope you're as excited for as I am. So basically, we have a pretty progressed map so far. I don't know why I'm running outside here. I don't think I can actually. It turns out I can. Very smart. But yeah, most of our map at this point, honestly, is kind of done. We have implemented a whole bunch of waterscaping, a whole bunch of cliffs. There's many like little splotches of in-game dirt, there's a lake, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on. One area that currently is still looking a little bit bare is the upper left corner, and if you look closely, you might also see that there is something weird going on here, like a started cliff that hasn't been continued. And we actually started this entire area in the back part pretty early on in the series, if I'm not mistaken, and then I just kind of left it here and I just kind of abandoned it, and ever since then it hasn't really been progressed any further. And I feel like we're at a point right now where it would be nice if we actually get this island like map to be finished somewhat. So as you might be able to see here, I want to have a rock garden exactly where I've got the in-game pathing marked. I think this would make a cute viewing platform, and then towards the left-hand side of this sunken part we can still have some waterscaping, we can maybe have some trees, and then my idea was to have a nice backdrop of cliffs. And I started another cliff over here, which will hopefully hold all our museum. So that will be kind of our task for today. We need to kind of, figure out kind of the outline for this and a whole bunch of other things. There also needs to be like an incline towards the right-hand side where it kind of connects back to that lake that we already did. So I would say we're going to put on our trusty little helmet here, and we're going to try and create a bit of an outline. Now, do I have any boba with me? I do not. I should actually get some boba so that I can just kind of destroy rocks. I feel like this is probably the only one in our way right now, but it doesn't hurt to carry a little bit of boba with us. Also for like, tree destroying and such. So we're just going to go and do that. Okay. So the plan for this entire thing, like the entire sunken area and everything, it is supposed to mostly be a pretty area. Like, I don't really think it'll have much of a purpose or anything like that. Technically, my secret beach is here, but I think I'm not going to make that accessible because it kind of really doesn't matter in like the finished product to me. But it would maybe make sense to, or not, it would make sense. Actually, you know what? This is kind of annoying because this can't be a tree at all. Was that my plan? I feel like that should have been like a tree, but we can also still kind of change the downstairs a little bit further. But yeah, speaking of trees, I think it would be cute if we can actually maybe fit a tree somewhere here, which this technically is a tree. That just means we need to keep the upper cliff pretty far away from it also, which I guess, oh, it could be brought a little bit closer like this, and then that could still be a tree. We don't have that much space in like the back here, so I think we do need to be careful about this. But technically, if we shape it to be super close to the back, because that's not really, it doesn't really matter too much, it doesn't need to be pretty or anything. Let me see how thick this cliff would be, and if we can still keep it so that there is a tree spot right there. I guess so. If we keep it going for a little bit further like this, like a straight on piece, which I don't know how to feel about that. Usually not the biggest fan of it, but we might just actually make that sacrifice. It is only like 3 to 4, like 3.5 tiles wide here. All right, well, that might be fine. Looking at it from this perspective, let me see. That would hold a tree. I'm wondering now, was I planning for that to actually have a little bit of a break in the platform? Because I could also do that. I could actually just leave that open, and then we're gonna have like a few more trees here, and then we're gonna start the cliff back up on the right-hand side. So like if it's just like this, I think this is exactly how I had it before. Yay! we've made some good progress. If I leave it like this, and I technically, as though I was leaving it open for the secret beach, you know? So I just want to see if any of this could be possible in terms of tree placement, because that's going to be like the most important thing to judge this with. Okay, that can't be a tree because you do have to squeeze past it, and whenever there's cliff like above it, that won't work. We could add like a tile more downstairs. I like to say downstairs. I don't really know when that started. It might just be my German brain interfering. But so if I add another tile here, that might give us the option of having a tree like right there. Yeah, that should work. Because if you squeeze past it like this, that's fine. It's still considered like a full-on tile. But as soon as it comes kind of closer from the top, it's kind of considered only half a tile. So yeah. Same thing here. Like none of this can be a tree. I feel like I was like not really paying attention when I first started landscaping this part, but that's okay. We can just kind of adjust parts of this to hopefully be a little bit cuter. This can also just hold some items though. I'm gonna leave it the way it is. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it the way it is. And then let's say like this could be a tile further back, and then we can have one maybe here, or yeah, just a couple more changes. And then we'll start the cliff back up. Maybe like on, you know, on this like level somewhat. And then we could technically have it here. Could we? 1, 2, 3. No, we can't. All right, so let's see if we can build it just like this. I'm gonna kind of close this and add a curve to the front part here, so I can kind of see it from the area in the back and judge if I like this or if that's not really cutesy. Because, you know, we're probably not really gonna be able to walk here much. It's just gonna matter from the yeah, viewing platform, I guess. So let's see that from over here. Imagine there's a couple of trees in the space there. That could work. That could work. We can definitely build that up to be a little bit cuter, I think. But we're also going to include some vines and maybe some, ooh, I'm scared to say it, but maybe some Festivale balloons. We've had a story with those on this channel already, and on this Let's Play, I feel like there's just been, yeah, there's just been a lot of the balloon lamp struggle going on already, but that's okay. We're gonna figure it out. Right. If I technically have it like this, I might be able to squeeze another tree in here, or we might also be able to use that pine tree, you know, that little item. It's like it's actually not little, it's like a 2x3 item, but it doesn't have to be planted, so it doesn't quite have to stick to the restrictions of like in-game stuff. So, or like the cliffs, you know, I don't have to actually play the game of can this be a tree? I can just see if the item can be placed there. Okay, and then the other stuff back here, I think we're gonna probably just adjust to kind of the bottom shape of the cliff. I do need to connect it to this part right there, which I am gonna try and probably also do according to the lower cliff, kind of like the way that it curves with it, I guess. I've done that before when it like closer to Hornsby's place. So that would mean that is a rounded part. So like we need a bit of cliff here, and then here, and this is rounded, and then we need to bring it over further to the side, kind of like that. And then since I don't want this to be too straight of a piece, we might just round this part. Actually, wait, that's gonna be too... Ooh, that's gonna be too straight for too long. Okay, maybe I do add on like a little bit more here. So maybe like that. That could be kind of a nice-ish shape. Let me see this from this side here. You know, it's weird to imagine it like with that gap in there, but I think all in all, this could be kind of nice. This could be kind of impressive if there's a few more like things added on there. And then this is kind of the area that you know, that's gonna lead there. So let me just show you, if in case you're new here, you haven't seen this island before, We do have kind of, you know, a path coming from this side and also from the right-hand side over here to our neighborhood. This is like a neighborhood of 4 people. And then I basically just built this cliff up here to be able to get to the viewing platform. So this is going to be mostly transitional, maybe just like a tiny bit of an area over here. And then you can stand here, probably like sit on a bench or something. And I might include something else there, which is gonna probably just be something like, oh, actually, you know what? We could do like a picnic spot. We can do like a gazebo maybe with the little picnic spot and have you climb down here, depending on if that looks cute or not. Could also just be fillers and waterscaping. And then this is going to be the viewing platform kind of, you know, so it's going to hopefully be like an impressive build. And then you walk down here, little library, because this is Daly's home, who is going to be like a librarian or just very interested in books. Maybe a tiny little setup here for him as a writer. And then you're going to go up the incline. I think I'm going to make both the inclines the same, by the way. And then you're going to go up this incline and that'll lead you to the museum area, which is basically what we're also trying to create. And then our goal is, let me just run all around this cliff. There we go. So all of this place right here could be elevated further up to hold the museum and whatever else. And then technically we have to somewhat end up right there. I'm not sure if we have enough inclines. Let me quickly count. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that correct? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 inclines. We can do 10 in total. So that works. I can do 2 more inclines and we're still only at 9. So that totally works. All right, cool. So we have to end up somewhere around here where, you know, we need those inclines to then get down. And then this is connecting us to the lake kind of walk around. So you can kind of see the planks going around like this. And then from the other side of the lake, you can also get to Flurry and Tutu's place. So that's kind of where we need to go, right? I think it probably would make sense to kind of try and shape the outline and then decide how to get down or like where to get down and kind of see if I need to see the size of the museum, but maybe so you can go down, still have a little path here, and then go down again, or if it's going to be like incline. I don't know if what I'm trying to say here makes sense. And then, you know, we have already built this laundry area for Daisy, which I do really like. And this definitely, like, along with its trees, definitely has to stay like this. So we have to be careful. And we can't obviously build like too many cliffs around this. And we need to kind of shape this around as much as we can. So, yeah, I guess this could be kind of placed, or like could be drawn up as close to the laundry area as this, and then that way we can still have maybe some wheat fields behind this. Maybe we can have like a tree looming above these houses or something. I don't know if that can be, that probably can't be closer, right? Yeah, that can't be closer because that's the tree. Okay, we're gonna make sure to have that rounded then. So kind of like this, I guess. That's rounded, so everything's kind of adjacent. I feel like that would be kind of nice. And then this here, yeah, if we keep it like this, you know, we could place like an item on half a tile and then one towards the front, and that way it's, I have a feeling that would make it a little bit more cutesy and detailed. All right, well, I think the easiest is still to run around the entire part, so let me do that real quick. There we go. Just want to make sure to fill in these parts here. Okay, right. Let me also look at this on the map maybe to see like what shape would be nice. I do quite like to use the map sometimes. Yeah, maybe we can have, so I think in the back part, it'll be pretty much just like the cliff. But then maybe on the side, it'll be kind of moved inwards a little bit. So we just have a tiny little pathway there. I personally think that would be kind of cute. Yeah, all right, let's try this. Okay, so I honestly don't know what episode this is. I think this might be 106, I believe. I checked earlier and I think that was 106. Yeah, because I was recording 105 earlier. That's kind of wild to me. I still kind of can't believe sometimes that we have been here for such a long time now. We've been here for way over a year, and for over 100 episodes. And there's some of you who are still finding this Let's Play now. Like, I've still got people finding my channel and finding Let's Play through like new episodes, which I think is really cool. But there's also so many of you who've watched this literally the entire time. And have commented so much, and I really appreciate it. I do want to, I don't know, I feel like these moments when we landscape are always good to just kind of, take the moment to say thank you and just hopefully express my appreciation a little bit. Once again, I'm not the best at responding to comments, but I do read every single one of them, and oftentimes find myself kind of blushing and smiling. So thank you all so much for the very, very kind words. And I actually recently got some comments on like, episodes kind of like this, where we shoveled a whole bunch of dirt and I was basically talking a whole bunch about my mental health. And I still get comments to this day on those episodes that are saying like, it's really nice of you to open up like this. It feels very reassuring to know that, I'm not the only one struggling, which trust me, you definitely aren't. And I also sometimes get comments of people like, oh, I'm watching this like, and it's over a year old. Like, I'm excited to catch up and see kind of where you currently are. And if you've been able to, I guess, resolve any of the, any of your issues and tensions, which now makes me think, I did have this one episode where I talked about like my New Year resolutions, and it is currently the 13th of November, so it's like the middle of November, probably more like towards the end when you're watching this, and so that means I probably need to check in on what I've achieved this year, I guess, quote unquote achieved, because you can never fully plan, And so I was like, why don't I just, kind of get you up to date in case you've been looking for an episode like this and I don't know how much I've really been talking about that in recent episodes, because I do feel like we've been doing a whole bunch more of like decorating where I'm much more in the moment. And there I just kind of need to think about more what items am I using, what am I doing in the moment. And I think dirt shoveling like this, especially when I've got like somewhat of an outline already determined, it's more of like a very mindless task, oftentimes on my other islands, also when it comes to the islands that I usually play on stream, this is the type of stuff that I'll just do in my free time while sitting on the sofa and everything, because I don't have to think about it too much, right? It's just, you can just do, which is nice sometimes. All right, well, I would say to anyone out there who menstruates, I guess, probably can relate to that. I feel like there is ups and downs for every person, but I feel like especially to those who do menstruate, because our hormones are just all over the place. And I can definitely feel that. I feel like this is the year where I have really kind of noticed that for the first time, or like I've also just been keeping more track of it. And sometimes when I'm like, oh my god, why am I having such a shitty time, and I'm like, oh, it makes sense because my hormone levels are probably all over the place. So if you've never really noticed that for yourself, I definitely would say try and pay attention to it, because sometimes I find it's maybe weird to say this, but I find it oddly reassuring to be like, oh yeah, maybe it's just my hormones and everything will be better in a few days, and at the same time, I'm having better times, also probably due to hormones and stuff. So yeah, that's number one. I feel like that I've really been trying to understand this year. And the other thing, I talked about this on stream the other day because I heard someone say this and it rang really true, or like it kind of resonated with me, and I've been trying to kind of tell myself this. So basically someone like a German comedian was talking to their therapist, I believe it was, and they were saying like, okay, how come the body doesn't have a response for like depression, right? Because the body has a response for pretty much any like dangerous state that we're in. So like, let's say your body is freezing, it'll try and reduce or like concentrate on like your most important organs, like your vital organs, and it's trying to keep those warm and to keep your heart beating and stuff. Or also, you know, like when you're kind of in a somewhat dangerous situation, your body will actually give you a rush of like adrenaline, you know, so you can be much stronger, much faster than you normally would be just to get out of that situation. So he's like, how come there's not anything like that for depression? And the therapist answered, and I thought this really, I've heard this and I was like, oh my God, so true. Because the therapist was like, you know, depression already is the answer. It's the fact that your body or like you are so overwhelmed and overworked and burnt out. Like there's so much going on that your body is just physically and mentally making it impossible for you to continue. It's making you pretty much shut down because that is already the signal of like, please stop and like take a break because you need it. And I heard this for the first time and I was like, oh my God, that is so true. And I kind of honestly was reminded of this morning. And then I was like, oh, I should maybe do like a cozy chatting episode today because I overslept today. I overslept, I will say. So naturally, I think I gravitate towards going to bed at like 11 p.m., maybe sometimes midnight. And then I would naturally wake up around 7 or 8. However, I live together with my friend who has a very different sleep schedule. Usually, I think if she were left to her own devices, I think she'd be up until like maybe 1 or 2 and then sleeping until like 10 or 11. And I'm the type of person, I adapt very quickly. And so I've been going to bed much later. Oftentimes I'll only go to bed at like 1. And then I like to read before I actually sleep. Like I feel like it's just become a very much like a routine for me to just read a little bit before sleeping. And so I don't actually sleep until probably 2 a.m., you know, and then getting up at 8 is just not going to be realistic if we're honest. And I've heard this thing also that apparently in the colder, like in the winter months, you need more sleep. You need like up to 2 hours more sleep because the body also somewhat hibernates or something. And someone actually shared this thing the other day, like if you need an excuse in the winter time, you just say I'm wintering. It's a completely valid excuse because you apparently are literally wintering. Anyway, I overslept today because once again I went to bed way too late, but I do like to be up a little bit earlier because I am more productive in like the earlier hours, I think. And then for a second there, I was like really annoyed with myself and like kind of angry at myself also, until I got to the point again of like, why am I doing that? You know, it's okay. Like if my body needs the rest, and especially, I mean, in my case, you know, I am self-employed. It's okay if I oversleep. Like no one's gonna fire me or anything like that. You know, I don't think y'all will mind if I get up at 10 instead of 8 or something like that, you know. But like if my body needs the rest and if my body is telling me to sleep, you know, why not try and give it that? Or if your body is telling you to just take a break for a day, then take a break, you know, and try to actually take that break without beating yourself up about it. Like I have some friends who will completely be like absolutely, I don't know, like not productive and just super, super tired. But because they think they need to be productive, they beat themselves up about it the entire day. And don't get me wrong, I'm kind of the same. I'm saying I have friends like that, but I'm also kind of the same. But that's where the saying is coming in again. If your body is literally going into a mode where you feel like you cannot think and you just cannot do anything, then that is your body's cry for help. And it's okay to honor that. And it's okay to take a break and to take a step back and to sleep in and to really, you know, I don't know, do some self-care that day and not like hustle and try to be productive and such. And I just found that to be like a very nice thing. So like, I feel like that's just something I've been learning this year, you know, that I'm trying to also use this as I'm not working against my body or my body isn't working against me. It's trying to signal something. And then sometimes, little fly, and then sometimes it's better to try and listen to that and to try and honor that instead of trying to push through and feeling pretty much just horrible about myself again. So yeah, I think at the start of like when we did these episodes before, I was definitely struggling a lot. I had a lot of doubts also about like my content creation journey. Ooh, wow, that cliff is looking interesting in the back there. That cliff is definitely looking interesting. It might be fine though. I think I want to move it further out towards the front, like a tiny bit further out, but then it goes like inwards, and that's where the incline will be. I do believe that I still sometimes struggle with this, don't get me wrong. I absolutely do. I think also, you know, certain content creator struggles are not just like just gonna go away, if that makes sense. But I have been trying to be a little bit kinder to myself. I also do feel like in the past few weeks, I've been having tons and tons of fun with YouTube, and I feel like, as weird as it sounds, it's kind of also been like working out a little bit better. So like, I feel when I actually sit down and do these video concepts and stuff, like the videos are being perceived better. Y'all are enjoying them more. I enjoy creating them more. I'm more proud of them when I upload. So yeah, it's still a lot of anxiety coming through. You know what? I think we could just move that tree technically further to the front. The only thing is the bubble blower kind of wouldn't be blowing the bubbles in front of the tree anymore, which probably isn't as cute. So I don't really know what to do about that. We do need to add some more trees there just to kind of cover the area a bit more. Why did I not use the incline just now? Okay, because I feel like this is maybe this is a little bit too thin and narrow, like the little part that I'm trying to landscape right now. Yeah, so am I doing better? I don't know. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, I really don't fully know. But I'm trying to. I'm definitely trying to. I still haven't found like a part-time job or anything, but I kind of stopped looking, so I've been thinking about whether I want to do this full-time or if I want to kind of, like if it's possible, first of all, but also if I want to do this full-time or if I want to find something else kind of alongside it. I did have a job interview kind of earlier this year, which ended up not working out because I wasn't 100% I think what they were looking for. They were like very nice to me, and they did say that they might like call me when position opens, which they haven't, but that's fine. I've actually been somewhat glad that it didn't work out. I feel like I learned a lot about myself in the past few months, so yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of somewhat glad about that. So I don't have another like side job or part-time job on top of content creation as of right now. I was thinking actually I might want to look into just being or not just scratch that. I want to look into maybe being a barista or something like that on the side, you know, just a little part-time job that's very different to what I do, that doesn't use the same type of brain juice up, you know, because I feel like I still want to be able to put in all of my effort into my videos and such. But yeah, that was kind of a thought that I was having. So I feel like that might be something for next year. For now, I mean, especially these 1.5 months now, I will just enjoy the way they are. I will just enjoy having the time to do whatever I want, to kind of, you know, decide each day what I'm going to be working on. I feel like it is a very big privilege, and I can shift around my days. Sometimes I do also have this feeling because I'm always like, when it comes to my friends or my family or something, I'm always the one who can freely decide when to do certain things. You know, I can always be like, okay, well, if you want to do it this day, then I'm just going to work around that. So sometimes it can feel like I'm adjusting a little bit too much, and I'm not like living the way that I want enough. But I don't know, maybe it's also just fine, because like I said, it is a big privilege and everything. Ooh, okay, I'm not loving the way that the cliff looks here towards where that like tree is, to be honest. I think it's moving out or it's moving straight for like way too long. I kind of maybe want to try this tree to like a tile further to the front for a second. I think that because of like the bubble blower, someone just left their house. Because of the bubble blower, that might be weird though. Oh wait, actually no. It's kind of still coming through the tree. That might totally work. Let me, can I see this from the front? Can I actually go here? Oh yeah, I can. Yeah? I feel like that still works. I do think that Daisy left her house. I think she was still home. She was just home. Okay, which also means I can bring this in further and not any further than that though, okay. So kind of like that. And then I feel like I should have a green hardwood tree like right there, which I currently obviously do not have with me. Or a pink one? Do we think a pink one maybe? Oh my god, so much squeezing. I feel like a green one might be nice. I do think there's quite a lot of pink going on already in this part. I just destroyed those flowers. So maybe just something green would be nice. I could grab a pear from this part right here. Let me do that. Well, yeah, okay. There we go. Yeah, also, you know, since I started this Let's Play, I've honestly gone through a bit of a change with my content creation. There was a period of time when I took half a year off of streaming. So to those of you who actually don't know, I do stream over on Twitch 2 to 3 times per week. And most of the time I also play Animal Crossing over there, sometimes also some other games. And I took a pretty long break last year, like end of last year, around, was it October maybe? I don't know, but it was almost 6 months, I think. And then I just started streaming again this year in March, like end of March. And honestly, I've been enjoying it so much. Like I feel like I am getting the hang of a better balance between video creating and streaming, and it's been I've been trying to get a better balance of like what I want to create on which platform, and also yeah, maybe just a short little shout out to the Twitch community, because they've been really just, and I know a lot of you are also watching the play, so thank you all so much. You've been really like reassuring me that it's the doubts are just not true, you know? So yeah. I don't know. I think I'm also just maybe having like a pretty decent day today. So I'm looking at everything in a bit more of a positive light right now. And I do feel like there's hope. There's hope, you know? There's hope in terms of like maybe having just another part-time job and, you know, being able to safely and securely pay my bills, but also still doing what I love. And there's hope in, you know, maybe getting to know some more people and just finding like a few more friends, and yeah, anything kind of like that. Okay, I'm trying to think. Oh god, I don't know. This clip is looking a little awkward. Okay, museum is 7 tiles wide. I was just thinking, I don't mind, like, I think this ending right here, I don't know, the open space is kind of here, which I don't think this is where the path will lead though, right? Maybe this has to go. Maybe this tiny little bit has to go. And then I also feel like I want to carve out a little bit more of this part here and just use this instead to maybe create another little lookout to kind of see the ocean. I feel like, you know, we've got a retreat here of people who do struggle with mental health, and I do think looking at the ocean can sometimes make some of your problems seem not so giant and not so annoying and not so I don't know, just hopeless, I guess. And so I feel like I want to create a little bit of an ocean view moment here if I can. I do need to think about like my museum though, because this is obviously supposed to be like up on that cliff. And the museum is quite big, plus I obviously would want to decorate it like a little bit, so I don't know. I also don't know what I'm going to do for the museum, by the way. I have absolutely no idea how I want to decorate that one. Might be like a typical museum build, if that makes sense, like a, you know, showing some of the art pieces, I guess. Okay, yeah. Somewhat more like that. It maybe even a little bit more drastic, honestly. Like maybe this even moves in a little bit further also. Like that. And then I don't know if like this is maybe gonna be the incline. I'll have to see the spacing from like up above, because I don't know how awkward the path would also be. But like technically, this could maybe be the incline. And then you kind of come out here, and I don't know where. I don't know. I'm not super sold on it just yet. Okay, it's fine. We're gonna carve out some more. We're gonna make this work. We're gonna find something that we think is cute. as we always do with Animal Crossing. I think sometimes it just takes a smidge longer to, you know, decide on some things or test out some things. Hold on, that's not 1, 2, 3. This is good for an incline, I think. Yeah, you can always make changes. That's a good thing. Nothing is set in stone. I would like to have an undo button sometimes, because sometimes I just wanna undo something that I tried. I was like, oh no, that's not how I want it. Like, go back, please, go back. Unfortunately, we can't do that. I really wish that sometimes that we could, but generally, you know, nothing is set in stone when it comes to Animal Crossing, which is very, very, very nice. So, yeah. Yeah. All right, well, this might not be a terrible cliff, and then maybe this is the ocean view. I don't know how to feel about this being exactly where that rock is. Yeah-ish. Okay, this could be the incline, which means you are kind of right here next to the other incline. That could work though, right? So you just kind of walk here, explore the museum, which will probably be placed like right there against the back part. And then that'll be the next incline. And then we'll have to see where the next incline is after that. Okay. 7 tiles. 7 tiles wide is the museum, and I think 4 tiles thick. I don't think the museum, like, I don't think that's called thick, but yeah. Do we place it up against the back corner, or do we just go like with the tile of space maybe? Oh, that could be a tree. That could actually be a tree if the museum is placed like here. Maybe on like the edge. Ooh, that's not gonna be... That's just 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. It'll be placed all the way over here, close to like our little broken, close to like the gap we left in the cliff. I don't think that's good. No, I think it has to be placed further like this here. I might have to get some storefronts to check this out. I don't know if I will like this. I don't know if I will like this. I have to though. There's no other option for me but to like this. Okay, well, so let me see. Do I have my storage kit with me? I do. Okay, let's go and get a group of storefronts. There we go. 1, 2, 3, I think. And there's just going to be 1 tile left open. Right. Okay. So, oh wait, and then 4 tiles to the front, obviously. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. This would be the size of it. That's actually quite big. Honestly, I don't think we can actually do much with our museum, huh? Like, spacing wise, there's not really going to be that much room for us to like create anything here, which also might not be bad. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's good that we don't have that much space. We could just put in like a fossil or like an art section or something. I think, you know what? I think this island could be nice to have, this island could be the perfect one to try out something a bit more elegant in front of the museum, you know, like a nice statues. Maybe since we do have the rock garden kind of close by, maybe another, yeah, like circle-y build. Ooh, you could definitely see it in this overview, I think. All right. I mean, that's fine, I think. It's not centered with the incline, which it can't be because it's 7 tiles, so I think it's better if it's not centered at all. That way, you know, there would be a path kind of leading towards a museum. Maybe this here could be like a circular something, and then the other incline would be kind of here. Oh, T-Bone working out right by the ocean. Wait, that's actually so cute. Look at him. Oh my god, that's so cute. That's also kind of goals, you know. Or we actually extend the statue garden or whatever we do kind of here. This incline would go this direction. And then maybe this one here is going to be right here, like backwards. Could that work? I'm on a roll right now. I'm like, I want to finish this. I don't know if what I'm doing makes sense, but I want to finish it, you know? Okay, and you know what? I also might actually go ahead and start planning the rock garden in like one of the upcoming episodes. I feel like I want to get the rocks in the positions that I want them in, so we're gonna do that probably next episode. I think this one is gonna be long enough as it is. Okay, that might be it. Okay, question. I am gonna need your help when it comes to choosing what incline to use. I know I asked this before, and some of you were like, maybe we'll decorate the areas first and then kind of, I got something on my eye, and then decide afterwards. Like, I really like the white incline here. Really, really like that one. I'm pretty sure I have like a natural one by Gala's house. Let me show you. Oh yeah, I have a natural one here, which I also quite like. I could imagine this one being the white one also because you don't see the side part of it. This one is a natural one, which I really like because it's leading to kind of the lake walk around, right? So it's kind of, it's more natural looking. I feel like that's quite nice. And we definitely have the natural one here, which I really like because you do look at it from the side. So you kind of see the cliff here, which I think is perfect. So I think this one is going to stay the way it is. And I'm pretty sure, like, I'm pretty happy with this one and the one leading up to, I mean, I think the one leading up to Alice's house could be a white one. Feel free to let me know about this one here. I like this one to the front part being a white one, like this one here. I'm kind of unsure about all of these ones. So this one is a backwards one, so I'm fine with this being a white one also. And then I did have a natural one here, but I decided to have like a white one here, which I think these two should just be the same. But I don't know what I prefer. I don't know what I prefer, to be honest. And with it comes the entire thing of like, okay, this is close to the museum, so which one looks more official? I feel like this incline, to be honest, looks a bit more coastal. So maybe whenever we actually can, we should use this one. Just because I feel like the entire plank situation kind of, you know, with the used look around it, that seems quite coastal and beach vibes to me, which we are trying to create, you know? So maybe that's better. Maybe I'm gonna try, but then see, this is leading to the lake again, which I did like the natural thing with. This has no reason to be this complicated. All right, well, I will go ahead and grab the museum build, I think. And maybe we're just gonna build like white inclines for now, but y'all let me know in the comments which ones you think would work better for this island, and feel free to let me know specific ones for specific ones for specific areas also, because I think, you know, they might be kind of different. However, you know, in order for us to have like a finished map, at least everything except for waterscaping, and just to have those inclines put in so we can move around a little bit easier and such, we are going to be getting the white one. Okay, I want layout changes first of all, because I want to move the museum. Yes, please. Let's move that. Yes. Let's see what Blathers thinks of the idea. I think he's going to be thrilled. Especially if we promise to donate a bit more stuff, which I mean, I hope we will. I don't know how much of that I can promise though, because I mean, we all know the last exhibits, I mean, the last bugs, the last fish, the last sea creatures and art and fossils, those are going to be definitely the hardest. Okay, and next up, I still want to talk about infrastructure because I want to build an incline, please. Okay, bridges and inclines. Let's make an incline, please. Yeah, so natural versus white plank. I guess technically there's also the blue plank ramp. What a name. But I feel like that's very like out there. I feel like that might be like a tiny bit too much blue. I think I prefer the white one because it's a little bit more calm and serene. It has more of that like coastal spa type of vibe in comparison to kind of this very like vibrant blue. Okay, so I don't remember how much that cost, but it was like something over 100,000 bells, which I think I still have enough money. ABD, please. We have? Oh yeah, we have definitely enough. Let's get the 88,899. That should be enough, I think. And then we have a nice clean amount again in the bank also. I feel like that's quite nice. All right, let's put everything in. You know what though? I am really happy with our resident services. I think this looks so pretty. Even just standing here, the balloon lamps, I hate to say it because I know how much I hated doing it in that moment, but they're really worth the struggle sometimes. Even though like I really cursed them, like I really hated them, but it was kind of worth it. Okay, so museum. Here we go. That way we can still have a little bit of fence in the back of this building, which I think could be kind of nice. Museum moving kit, please. Oh yeah, perfect. Let me imagine that. Let's think about if we like this. I mean, yeah. I mean, we're just gonna have to see, and we're gonna have to decorate around it and then try and hope for the best and, you know, hope that it doesn't look too empty with like just the entire sky exposed behind it. Yeah, all right. And then I think we'll start with, that was kind of stupid. I do need to climb down first. We'll start with this incline first, I think. Okay, there we go. Incline marker kit. There we go. Kind of like that, I think. Let me imagine that also, please. Yeah, you know, this cliff in the front could even be brought in like a tiny bit more, but I think this is good. Let's build that. There we go. T-Bone's still working out behind us. And then let's also just make sure that we're actually paying this. 128,000. Okay, I need to remember that because I do need that amount again. I just realized for the other one that we want to build. Okay, there we go. Donate, please. All right, we reached our donation goal. Let's go. Oh, T-Bone is so cute. Ooh, oh my god, look at this with the structures put in. That looks interesting. I will say though, I really like our map. The map looks very cute. I think that we need a little bit more waterscaping towards like the back left, and also especially when the museum moves away from the spot where it currently is. Ooh. Like here, that part will look a little bit empty, but I think there might be some in-game pathing like in that area, especially if we are building like a little mechanical or mechanics mechanics workshop. Workshop, I think, is a better word. Okay, let's time travel to the next day. So all those are built and we can put in the next thing as well. Let's go. All right, nice. A little bit of lovely rain right here, but museum is placed and might be fine. I mean, I don't know. I think this is, it's just as well, right? You kind of see it looming behind the trees. It probably isn't the worst idea having it kind of closer to the library. I think it's kind of fine here. I do want to kind of put some stuff probably in front of this so you don't see it as clearly. I'm interested to hear, oh, not the mole cricket. I'm interested in this part, but again, I think what we're gonna probably do is if we create this as a viewing platform, it's kind of above me right now, but I would like to kind of maybe try and place like a tree exactly where the corner of the museum is, so we don't see this like isolated building like that. Instead, it's gonna be blending in with like trees and probably more balloon lamps, maybe even a statue or something. So I think that could totally work. We have a rock spawning close to where I want it, but not exactly where. So all in all, you know, I do believe this is going to be fine. Having a little bit of a path here, having some room here for like decorations and here for probably just fillers and such is totally fine. I also think this incline is fine. Everything's just fine, you know. No, I think it's okay though. I think we can make that work. So I'm just gonna trust in the process, you know. And I feel like with that, we're just gonna go and we're gonna grab the other incline. And also implement that. And now you can totally see like this open space here. I mean, there's going to be a path leading to Hornsby's place. Oh, there's 2 rocks here and another mole cricket and a fossil, which we are going to grab. I feel like this part is still kind of a little bit open, but yeah, like I said, might have a little bit more waterscaping. I don't want to overdo it because, you know, we already have like bridge core ones on this island, but technically we could also have more like river stuff happening or something. I think that'll be something for like another day. I will require a little bit more brain juice whenever that happens. I don't know. Okay, so we'll get the bridge, we'll get the money, and then we'll implement that one. And there we go. Once again, I took away the vine, even though I shouldn't have done that. Gosh damn it. All right, so I had to purchase the pro construction license or something, I think it's called. But now that should be correct. Wait, did I want that going to the side or did I want that going backwards? I think I kind of wanted that to go backwards just to have a bit of a variety, or like a variation in how the inclines are all placed, right? Oh, now I'm unsure. Wait, hold on. Now I'm unsure. Okay, so if you get down here, right? Yeah, I think it'd be nice if instead of just going to the right-hand side, it goes like backwards. Okay, yeah, so I was right the first time. Let's implement this again. So incline marker kit goes here. Let me imagine that, please. And there we go. I think this is a good spot. Let's go ahead and build it, and then let's go ahead and pay it off. And look at it hopefully when it's not raining. I hope my flowers are not going to duplicate. Usually I always play in cherry blossom season, so it never rains and I never have to work with like duplicating flowers. But it might happen now. All right, donated, and that means paid off. Very good, little celebration moment there. And then let's once again skip to the next day and see this like incline core. I think there's going to be so many inclines. All right, well, on to the next day we go. I actually don't know how it looks in cherry blossom season. If we have any days that have clouds kind of like this, I will say I already like this much better when there's clouds going on, just because I feel like, as weird as that sounds, it's like an ongoing meme on stream. I'm a sky hater in Animal Crossing, and I just feel like just having that cloud there on the side of the building already incorporates it more with with, I don't know, the surroundings. So I need to check that. I think that cherry blossom season generally is, I think, pretty much void of too many clouds. I do believe there are some days with a few clouds though, so we're gonna see. And then obviously, like I said, there's gonna be more decorations around it. We still need a bookshelf here, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, so we go up here. There will be a path to the museum, and then probably somewhere, I don't know if we're gonna have like the path going here, and then there will be like a decorated area there, or more the other way around. We'll figure that out in the future. And then you kind of go down here. I think I want to have just a little bit of a chill spot right here to look at the ocean. And then you can also just go down there, and then this path will kind of lead you to the lake. Yeah, walk around. I forgot what was the name for this one. I forgot. Yeah, and then I think we should maybe establish something else kind of back here, or like here. Except for some fillers. I mean, not that I don't like fillers. I think when you walk around an island and it's just filled with flowers and trees and all that kind of stuff, it looks very pretty. But I do have to say, I like having a few interesting points, or points of interest, I guess, more like on my island, kind of like, you know, with Daisy's laundry area. You know, it's just a bit of a different thing compared to everything just being filled with flowers, if that makes sense. Or maybe it could be another farm. I think farms are always great fillers. We do have like a farm area though, so I'm not sure about that. I'm just gonna roughly run around right here to see if I have any more fossils spawning, which I do. There we go. Wait, actually no, that is a gyroid. Okay, well, you know, I will also take that, I guess. There's something here. Fossil, very good. I will grab this, and then let me see if I can find any more. I hope they're not going to spawn on top of any cliffs that are like hard to get to, because that would kind of be annoying. Okay, a fossil. Is that the third one today? I think that might have been the third one today. I don't need to necessarily find all of them. I just want to find like a few though. It's probably not going to be... Oh my god, look at them. Fleur, do you not want to sit down? Should I sit down? Oh, she's cleaning. I see. Well, who is sitting here usually? Is there someone roaming around who is usually sitting in that spot? I don't know. Yeah, but it's not going to be anywhere here because I'm pretty sure this entire part is completely filled. No tile left behind, as I like to do on my islands, of course. Might be somewhere around the lake, to be honest, or in front of these houses. No. Okay, around the lake. Let's just briefly check here. No. Oh, there is one. There we go. And I also see the message in a bottle, which I really have not been checking for, which I should, because I'm still missing a ton of recipes on this island. Okay, we have gold bars. Perfect, you know? Really, really happy with that one. Definitely gonna use that 100%. Okay, any fossil back here? Not really? All right. I think that might be where we kind of leave it then. We have shoveled quite a bit of dirt. We now have a cliff back here. We have even more inclines. We have our museum put in and all the space in front of Hornsby's house claimed back, I guess, for fossil, for the mechanical like workshop that I think we're gonna probably do there. Oh, and there's a fossil on the side there. Okay. Well, yeah, I'm just gonna grab that real quick. Actually, this was another gyroid. Okay, whatever. Okay, whatever. And then here is a vine. Oh, we could also try and incorporate some wind turbines in this viewing platform situation. Oh, that might be cute. Balloon lamps and wind turbines, that will be a nice little struggle. All right, well, speaking of struggle, I think one of the next episodes, maybe the next episode, will be trying to get our rock garden to be complete, just so we don't have to worry about this in the future when everything is decorated. You know what, though? I quite like this. I think this looks very pretty. Let me just hide my camera real quick here. Yeah, but I mean, even with the museum there, like I said, I feel like the clouds are helping in this case. Just imagine a couple of trees all around, a few more vines, maybe some statues, maybe some more general like filler flowers and shrubs and all that type of stuff. I think this will turn out really cute. I'm excited for this to be finished. I really want to see this as a pretty lookout spot, you know? But yeah, thank you all so much for watching today and for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure that you give it a thumbs up and also subscribe so you don't miss the upcoming episodes. And then I hope you all have an amazing time until I see you in my next video. Bye everyone!